I'm really excited to be doing another video, and I'm sorry that it took so long. I got kind of carried away with life, so no excuses. I am excited to do this video about fitness products, about weight loss products, and all those things that you see on Instagram of people advertising. So I might make a few people mad. I typically avoid these topics because they're somewhat controversial and people can get really offended if it's something that they like to use. I'm just going to tell you my honest opinion, and I also want to point out that I don't accept money to post about products. If I post about a product, it's because I use it and I like it and I think that it's something that can help you along your journey. I have been offered to post every single product that I'm going to talk about, and I've declined. They're probably going to be mad at me actually, but that's fine. I'm not here to please companies. I'm here for you guys. So the first product that I'm going to talk about is detox teas. Or like just detoxes in general. They're a marketing ploy. I'm sorry, but our bodies naturally detox themselves. You don't need a product to do that for you. There's been a lot of scientific research into these products, and they found that whatever weight you're losing is either water weight from a laxative. It can even be from losing muscle tone. And actually, they don't even recommend long-term use of detox products because they can be so harmful because they interrupt your body's natural systems and processes. Our bodies detox themselves. So anything that you see that says detox on it is just really trying to capitalize on the whole detox craze. And detoxing your body naturally would just be by eating healthy and exercising, and then our body takes care of the rest. You don't need a product that says detox on it. As I mentioned, it might have some short-term results because of water weight loss, dehydration. It also can give you electrolyte imbalances. Once you stop taking that product, your body's going to go right back to doing what it's made to do, and you're just going to be out a good 50 to 100 bucks and wasted time and energy. I think that these types of products are really damaging to the fitness industry because when people waste their time and money on it, they think, oh, well, this just means that I can't lose weight. No, that's not it at all. You're investing your time, effort, and money in the wrong methods. You just need to be eating healthy and exercising, and that's about it. So on to the next product that I am not very fond of seeing around Instagram or the fitness industry is waist trainers. These have been popularized by celebrities that are posting them and by various transformations from using a waist trainer. They're a waste of time. I'm sorry. I get messages from girls asking me if I waist train or if I think that they should waist train. And the answer is no. It actually can harm your body. It can prevent you from being able to breathe properly, especially during exercise. Breathing is one of the most important things, not only to being able to do the workouts effectively, but being able to engage your muscles correctly. Some say that it helps their posture, and that's great, but that's a totally different topic. That's not for weight loss purposes. So if we're talking about waist training in terms of helping you lose weight or helping you cinch your waist, as soon as you take that thing off, your body's going to go right back to normal. It can actually prevent the use of certain abdominal muscles, which will weaken your muscles. If you want to strengthen your muscles, you don't hold them together in one spot for 10 hours. You need to use them. You need to move around. You need to challenge your body. So holding them together is not going to strengthen them. It's only going to weaken them because they're not being used. One thing that I want to point out is that anytime that you see a product being posted on Instagram or anywhere else, they're getting paid to post that. And even if they say, I use this every single day, unless you see like daily vlogs of them using it and recounting their experience, I wouldn't give their reviews that much credibility, especially with waist trainers. They pay thousands for one post. So of course those people are going to post them. If they don't really care about actually helping people and about telling them what actually works, then yeah, they're going to, take that $1,000 or however much and put it in their bank. If we're talking about being healthy and about losing weight, you can't buy that in a bottle, in a package, in a waist trainer. The only thing that will give you those results long term, if you actually want long-term results and for them to last for months and months and years and not just 1 or 2 weeks, is eating healthy and exercising. And it's really simple. I think people overcomplicate losing weight because they're looking for a quick fix. So if there's one piece of advice I can give you is stop looking for the quick fixes. Another thing that I want to point out is that I absolutely agree that sometimes eating healthy and getting the things that you need can be really expensive. But then why are you buying all these pills and waist trainers and detox teas? Those are more expensive than buying fruits and vegetables. This is something that I know can get me in trouble, but I'm not saying this in a really, really specific way. It's just the general idea that, you know, when people say, oh, eating healthy is too expensive, but then they're out buying these products, you have to really, you know, take a moment to think about where your priorities are. Over the long term, if you invest in your health now, then you'll spend less in the future on medicine, because the fact of the matter is that if you don't take care of yourself, then down the line you will need to spend money on medication and procedures. I've been there already, and I'm 27 years old. That's what started me on this entire journey. So I'm going to now talk about supplements, and you know, I'm gonna show you what ones I use. I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm gonna reiterate, I don't get paid for any of this. This is just me showing you what I use, and I'm going to talk about each product a little bit more in detail. So the first one is BCAAs, and these are amino acids. If you follow me on Snapchat, I posted about me taking my aminos on my run with me. First, I want to tell you what amino acids are. There's two different types of amino acids. There's essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. So essential, I can't say that word, essential amino acids are the amino acids that our bodies do not produce and make on their own, and non-essential amino acids are the ones that our body does make and produce on its own. So since the other ones our bodies cannot make them, we need to get them from other sources, which is typically found in proteins like animal meat. And if you don't eat animal meat, this is why for vegans it's really important for them to eat a mixed source of proteins, because there are certain protein items that are non-animal protein items that are not complete proteins, and they need to combine them. For example, two different protein items would be that are like vegan, vegetarian, would be like rice and beans. Putting those two together forms a complete protein. Aside from that, branched chain amino acids are like to think of them as like vitamins and minerals for our muscles, because what they do is they help to recover your muscles. It's for muscle recovery, it's for energy during your workout. So amino acids prevent muscle breakdown, they prevent fatigue, they help with recovery during your workout. So I generally have my amino acids in my water during my workout, but that's about it. Oh, I wanted to point out that today I took it on my run, which I normally don't because it's kind of hard to run with a water bottle, but I bought like a little mini water bottle. If you saw it had, I said Mario, I got corrected on Snapchat. It was Luigi, I'm sorry. And I put BCAAs into this little mini bottle, and I noticed a really big difference, and I actually really liked it. So I'm probably gonna continue doing that. So the next thing is C4, and this is for pre-workout, and this is for energy. This one I think is a little bit more controversial compared to protein, and BCAAs I think are totally fine and natural to take, although of course companies can turn them into unnatural products, but that's besides the point. Pre-workout is pretty chemical for the most part, unless it's, you know, I mean, like a natural pre-workout would be like a shot of espresso, which I do sometimes. It does wonders for your workout, and I feel like for me personally, my diet is so clean to where I'm allowed a little bit of leeway, and you know, it's impossible to be 100% perfect with everything. And so this is one area that I allow myself a little bit of leeway because it really, really pushes me at the end of a long day to get the most out of my workout. If you're going to try pre-workout for the first time, you want to look at the dose on the label and take half, because everyone responds differently to pre-workouts, and because it's a caffeine stimulant, it can really send your body into overdrive if it's not used to it. So you want to take half of the recommended dosage the first time or two to see how your body reacts to it, and then you can gradually increase to one full serving. After amount of time, your body's going to get pretty used to it, so at that point you can even increase it up to 2 scoops. I wouldn't recommend doing any more than that. At that point, if you feel that a pre-workout isn't really stimulating your body in the way it used to, then just get a new pre-workout, and you should try a different formula. So now I'm going to go over Protein. So my favorite protein supplement is Isolized Species that I know of. You can only get it online. I'm not totally positive, but since I live in Italy, I get everything online anyways. This is a really good quality protein. This is where, like, I hear people saying that protein powders make you gain weight, and I'm sorry, but that's just a bunch of BS. Protein powders do not make you gain weight if you take them. If you eat any macronutrient food group, whether it's protein, carbs, or fats, in excess for your activity level, that will make you gain weight, but protein does not make you gain weight. One thing that I can't get over is people saying, oh, protein is so bad for you, but then they're going off and having Taco Bell and Snickers for dinner, and they think that protein is what's making you fat. Well, you do only need a certain amount of protein for your specific level. It's different for every person, and the more you exercise, the more protein you need. So if you're not exercising, then yes, excess protein can make you gain weight, but you still do need some protein. You don't need like 0 protein a day. I go over this more in my how to calculate your macros video if you guys want any more detail on that. But no, protein itself does not make you gain fat. Excess of any food group will make you gain weight. I think it's really unfortunate that there is that stigma that protein is bad for you because it's a macronutrient food group and this is just synthesized protein. And yes, companies can add a lot of other ingredients and hormones and heavy metals have been found in some of them. So I just really recommend investing in a high quality protein. If you are working out, you need a higher amount of protein for your body to be able to sustain the activity level that you're going through, the stress your body is going through, and to build muscle. And muscle is what burns fat. The reason why you take protein shakes is because you can't eat it in an actual whole food item. If you go to school, if you work, if you're too busy, and having a protein shake or protein bar is a lot easier and it helps you reach your protein goal for the day. For example, I need 130 grams of protein a day. I can't eat 130 grams of actual whole food protein throughout the entire day, even with breaking my meals up to 6 meals a day. However, I do strongly believe that the majority of your protein intake needs to be from whole food sources and not from supplement sources. So I keep my protein shake limit to about 2 a day. No more than that. The rest needs to be from whole food, natural sources. And then the other reason is for post-workout. It's actually really important if you did a lot of like muscle engaging exercises. You need to have a post-workout shake because your body needs fast absorbing protein, which would be like a liquid protein. And what else? I'm sure I have a lot more to talk about. That's about it. The only supplements I take are protein shakes, which I limit. The majority of your food intake needs to be from whole natural food sources. Pre-workout for energy, which is honestly a lifesaver. I would highly recommend it if you feel that you have trouble getting motivation to work out, because once you take that pre-workout, you have to go. There's no undoing that because your body is just gonna have so much caffeine and energy in it. Oh, and another recommendation is if I ever have to work out too late, I would prefer to take a shot of espresso. Since it is a natural caffeine stimulant, your body will be able to get rid of it much more easily. Sometimes pre-workouts can kind of leave you a jittery feeling, so I would recommend a shot of espresso in that case, or if you don't want to take a pre-workout product itself, then you can just always have a shot of espresso. I have 2 shots of espresso, actually. And then the BCAAs are for your muscle recovery, to prevent fatigue during your workout. And just about the detox teas and the waist trainers, another thing that I want to point out is that if you put all of that effort into just eating healthy and exercising, you would get way more results quicker, and they'd be actually permanent long-term results. Not only that, but you'll be feeling great. There's no substitute for healthy living in the form of a product. It's just all about your daily habits, how you eat, your exercise. I really wish that people would stop putting so much effort into these products with people looking for a quick fix. If you just were to eat healthy, then your problems will be solved. I hope this video helped, and if you have any questions, comments, even if you disagree, please let me know, but say it nicely, and I would love to have a discussion about it. And if you have any requests for any other videos, right below, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks. You lose fat from your overall body, including from your breasts, and since breasts are thigh slimming exercises, actually they're not really going to do anything